Great catching up with Dustin Jacoby. He's going to be back in action taking on Jimmy Crute, UFC 325, January 31st. Dustin, how's it going? Happy New Year.
Yeah, happy New Year, man. Everything's going great. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
And yeah, looking forward to the matchup later this month with Jimmy Crute. I feel like it's a long time coming. He's a guy that I've kind of been on my radar since I got back into the UFC. Figured a matchup would um, come to fruition at some point. So here we are.
Yeah, it kind of worked out really well. I know this, again, you two, it seemed like you two were destined to fight each other. Were there any other opponents in the mix, or was it just Crute came on your desk and you're like, yeah, let's do it?
Well, he had called me out a couple fights ago after one of his wins, and then I broke my hand in May, unfortunately, which is why I wasn't very active last year. Got the big knockout win in May, but broke my hand, so I had to sit out. And then he called me out, and I was like, "Hey, man, let's do it at Madison Square Garden in November." And I wasn't ready for then, and I think they were trying to get him on the Perth card, which he went out and got another big win. So it's easy, when you get called out, it makes it easy for the UFC, and I gladly accepted the matchup, and here we are going to his home country and stepping on enemy territory to get the job done this month.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. When did you find out about this fight? It looked like you got well, obviously we got some time before this fight anyways, but how much notice did you get?
Yeah, I had, I don't know, it was probably 10, 11
Oh,
weeks
perfect.
notice. So I've had plenty of time. I've been in camp and we've just been grinding, getting better, and looking forward to the opportunity.
I know Anthony Smith fought Crute back in like 2021. Were you part of that camp? Obviously, you and Anthony are different fighters, but I was just curious about kind of that connection.
Yeah, definitely part of the camp. And that was, I think it was 2020, wasn't it? Was it
2020, yeah, it was a
2020?
while
Was it?
back. Yeah, for sure. So,
And what's funny is I rewatched that fight, and I think both fighters just look completely different. So, but yeah, I was a part of that. I remember that fight, and it was a big victory for him. Anthony and I have fought a lot of the same opponents,
sure.
and we've always come out on top. It seems like so. I'm excited to keep that streak going.
As far as the style matchups go, how do you feel like your skill set matches up against his? And I'll add another layer into that. What have you noticed about his run since he's come back? Because obviously had a bit more success.
Yeah, he used to be a brawler, a guy that'd go in and just throw down, and a true MMA fighter, kind of take it wherever. But since taking that time off and coming back and his resurgence, he's like a full blown grappler. I fully anticipate him trying to take me down from the moment that bell rings. And Crute is an extremely tough, difficult opponent, especially in round one. But he does tend to fade a little bit. His cardio gets the better of him when he tries going full force and taking it down. And I'm pretty good at takedown defense, and I'm pretty good at making you pay when you try to take me down, which is something that, I think is underestimated in my game. I think a lot of guys have the game plan to come in and take me down and try to wrestle me. I think it's just different when you get across from me. I think that I'm a sprawl and brawl type fighter. My takedown defense is pretty good, and I always make you pay. I'm always looking for damage, and that is something that's going to be big in this fight with Crute. I know he's going to be relentless in round one, but it's not about the first 5 minutes. It's about the duration of the 15, and I feel like I'm just mentally stronger. I feel like I have a deep desire to win. And I truly do believe I'm going to get my hands raised. And fighting him on enemy territory in his home country is also extra motivation for me. I remember when I got the call about this fight, I instantly got chills. I instantly got fired up just thinking about making that walk. And I know my coach wasn't too excited. He's like, it's a lot of travel. It's just completely different fighting in Australia. The tax implications are going to suck. And I was like, you know what, man, it's all part of the cost of doing business. And for me at this point in my career, I'm definitely towards the end in the big picture. There's no denying that. But at the same time, I still have a lot of fight left in me, and the thought of going to enemy territory and facing him in his own home country was something that really got me excited and got me fired up for this fight. So it was a no-brainer for me. I love the matchup. I know Crute's going to be an extremely difficult opponent. He's a strong-headed Aussie, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a great fight for the fans. It's the first fight on the opening card of the or on excuse me on the main card.
Yeah.
So we're looking to get the fans fired up and put on a great show for everybody.
Is camp pretty much the same as far as training partners and all that? Who you're working with? Your Cody Brundages, Austin Jones, those guys. Typical group of guys.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Nothing's really changed on my end, and Cody is actually a great look as far as crew being a guy that emulates Crute. You know, they're both very but similar build, strong wrestlers, strong. And yeah, at this point in my career, man, we're gonna ride it out. I trust in the system at Factory X. I trust in our leader Mark Montoya, and I fully believe that we're gonna continue doing the things that we've done in the past, and we're gonna continue getting our hands raised.
You mentioned Mark making the trip with you. Is Cody going to be in your corner? Who's else going to be making the
You
trip
know,
down there? Yeah.
Cody's on the card.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah, of
Cody,
course. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Cody's fighting. Then I think a couple fights before me, so we'll be going out there early together. We'll be out there 2 weeks ahead of time. Him and I have some training sessions set up at a gym there, and we're just continued training and doing our thing. Get acclimated to Australia, and then I've got the same corner. I've got Coach Randy Caruso, and our wrestling coach is going to be there as well. He's a big part of Cody's camp, and he's going to be there, so he's just going to hop in my corner as well. So, yeah, man, we're fired up over here. We're ready to go.
How's this one playing out on January 31st?
I truly believe I'm gonna finish Groot. You know,
Mhm.
like I said, he's gonna be relentless with the takedown. I think I'm just so good at my precision striking. You know, I got a lot of pop in my hands. The knockouts speak for themselves, and I feel like I just catch guys off guard. You know, like I was saying earlier, their game plan to come in and take me down, and I think it's different when you get across from me and. When you get hit by that first punch, I think it's different too. I think I just got an extra pop in my hands, and I think it's a tailor-made opponent for me to go out there and get another knockout victory.
You get a win here. That'll be 3 in a row. We know the division's kind of like wide open right now with Pereira now becoming the champion again. What do you see a win here doing for you, especially another finish?
Yeah, man, another knockout. I think it throws me up there. You know, in this game, you don't have to go through the pecking order and fight 15, 14, 13, 12, all the way up to one, man. You just got to get a little hype behind you, and some solid finishes. And I think that does. I think a knockout here really catapults me. I mean, the big thing that's hanging over me is I lost that Alonzo Minifield fight, man, that I should have never lost. I felt like I was up on that one, but I had my opportunity against a top 10 guy in Dominic Reyes, and I dropped the ball on that one as well. Reyes is still a very good fighter. I'm going to be completely honest with you, man. I just was not locked in, 100% locked in. And in this game, you have to have, you know, complete confidence, laser like focus for all 15 or 25 minutes, however long you're in there. And I just wasn't completely focused in that Dominic Reyes fight. It's not taking anything away from him. The guy's a great fighter. I feel like he didn't beat me. I feel like I lost.
Mhm.
So I dropped the ball there, which was very unfortunate. I just got to, you know, pick myself up and dust myself off, which I've done, and I've done my whole career, coming off a couple big knockouts here, a couple Brazilians, couple guys younger that, you know, wasn't supposed to beat. So. Um, yeah, man, I think it catapults me into the top tier. I'd love to fight like Ozdemir, Volkan Ozdemir, a Jan Blagojevich, someone like that. That guy that he just fought, that guy that looks like
Bogdan
Anthony Smith.
Guskov. Yeah, Bogdan. Yeah.
Yes, man, that is the fight I really want. So I got to remember that name, Bogdan Guskov, and maybe call for that. You know, I feel like he's been thrust into the top 10 and he's done his job. He's got it done, but I feel like I knocked that guy out as well. So I don't know. I think just like any other victory, man, opportunities on the horizon, and I just got to be ready to seek it.
I imagine you want to fight at the White House. A lot of the American fighters do, because that's the timing of this, right? Early in the year. So, I mean, if you wanted to fight in June, it seems like that would work out.
Absolutely, I sure do, man. That would be a dream come true, and just like an awesome part of my career. And again, like I said earlier, that at this point in my career, I've kind of done it all and seen it all. I want big fights, big opportunities that are just a little bit different. You know, traveling all the way across the world to Australia to fight, you know, someone on their home turf, and an opportunity to fight at the White House. I think that's just a great way. I don't want to say to end the career because I'm about to sign a new contract. I'm on the verge of signing a new contract for this one,
Oh, cool.
and I just haven't yet. It's going to be happening here in the next day or two, maybe even today. I know it's going to happen around the first of the year, so I'm just waiting to hear news on that. And I'm just looking for unique opportunities and stuff to build to my legacy, and to continue going out there and putting on a great performance for the fans, and just add more knockouts to the highlight reel.
What do you think is going to happen at the top of your division? Because we've heard some rumblings about obviously Pereira fighting Carlos Ulberg next. Because Yuri, even though he beat Khalil Roundtree, he's beat the Pereira's beat Yuri twice. So I think Ulberg's the next man up. But then there's some people who want to see Pereira go to heavyweight. What do you think's going to happen? Because I kind of think he'll fight Ulberg, and then they might let him go to heavyweight because he's getting towards the end of his career.
Yeah, he is, man. He's another guy that's getting up there, man. I really thought he was going to go to heavyweight, and him and John Jones were going to fight at the White House, but
Mhm.
I'm hearing that that might not be on the table anymore. But yeah, I think Pereira wants to do that because again, he's at a point in his career where he doesn't just want to keep defending the title. He wants to have a big opportunities and to go be a three division champion. He's at 85, 205, and at heavyweight. I think that's something that he's seeking.
Mhm.
Um, and at 205, I feel like there's a lot of guys there that a lot of guys with heavy hands that like to throw down. There's a lot of unique matchups that could happen. Throw myself in there as well. And once I go out there and get a big victory at Jimmy Crute. So, man, it's up in the air. Who knows? And who knows what that White House card is going to look like. But I certainly am going to be calling to be on that, asking for that after a big victory in Australia next month or
How,
the end of this month.
how do you think Pereira would do at heavyweight? Just kind of seeing how he's because he's obviously got power, right?
Oh man, yeah, the power is undeniable. He can knock out any heavyweight. I just don't know if he can take those weight classes for a reason. Those heavyweights are super big. Plus, you get a guy that a big heavyweight that gets his hands on him and takes him down. I just don't see that faring well for Pereira. He getting stuck underneath those big guys. There's some big guys there that are pretty good grapplers. So but then again, I mean, he's got the power. A fight's a fight. It starts on the feet. I truly believe he can knock out anybody. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
How were your holidays? Because obviously you had the fight coming up. Did you get to spend time with family? Like, how did that all work out?
Man, holidays were super low key. I was sick right before Christmas, and then my wife got sick right during Christmas, and then with the fight coming up, yeah. And then last year for New Year's, we cooked. I cooked up some elk loin,
Oh, nice.
which was absolutely bomb. I cooked up some king crab legs. My wife made a really good wedge salad and some bomb potatoes. So, and then we were passed out by like 10 p.m. last night. So we told each other Happy New Year this morning. But again, she's getting better now. I'm feeling a lot better, and with the fight next month, I'm gonna be there for almost a month, like 3.5 weeks. I go out there a couple weeks early. We're gonna stay and celebrate afterwards and enjoy our time there. And so we just had a low key holiday. It didn't even feel like a holiday much. Didn't see much family, but hopefully, we get this fight out of the way. We'll be able to celebrate and enjoy our time a little bit better.
And you were mentioning you're still golfing at this point. Like, is there a point where that stops? Come fight time, or are you going to continue it right until you leave?
Well, it's all weather permitting, but yeah, usually I do stop. We're about a month out from the fight, so I don't see myself playing too much. And it's that time of year where you don't get out too much, anyways. However, like I told you earlier before this, man, yesterday I played 18 holes in pure sunshine in shorts and a
Nice.
t-shirt in Denver, Colorado. It was 64 degrees. And when that sun is on top of you here, we're mile high, so you're so much closer. It's like a giant heater on top of you. I had a guy, all four of my group were in shorts and a t-shirt. We all had to put sunscreen on, and one guy was playing in flip-flops. So if
Wow.
that tells you anything, it was a great day in Denver, the last day of the year. So great way to end it. And I don't know. I might get out today and play 9 holes, but either way, golf season is definitely coming to a halt for the remainder of camp. And then after camp, I got my guys' golf trip in March
That's right.
in Biloxi, in Mississippi, and yeah, going to Mexico. Going to play a little golf there as well, and I'm going to try to play over in Australia as well. I don't see why I want it. Maybe around I'm gonna get out there 2 weeks before the fight, so maybe around that first week we're out there, or I'll save it till afterwards. But yeah, man, it's my favorite pastime. I love getting out there. Another big goal I'd like to accomplish this year is to play in the American Century Championship
Oh, cool.
alongside Justin. Justin got in last year. My boy Jason Worth, a longtime MLB player, has been in it the past several years, so they're putting in a good work for me, and I'm hoping I can get in there, man. I know Patrick Mahomes unfortunately went down with an ACL injury, so maybe I can take his spot. He won't be playing this year, but there is a spot opening. So hopefully I get in, man. That would be a big dream come true, and just lead to more endeavors down the road.
That's cool. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I mean, obviously I know you're a good golfer, but to get in something like that would be pretty impressive. What other fighters? You mentioned Justin Gaethje. What other fighters do you golf with?
I played with Daniel Cormier.
Mhm.
My coach plays Mark Montoya, but
Yeah.
other than that, not a lot of fighters play.
Mm,
I think Justin and I, hands down, are the top two golfers in the UFC.
mm,
I've heard Ian Gary plays a little bit. I don't know. I
mm,
mean, but we actually play. Like, we don't just go out and play. I mean, I'm a six handicap. Justin's like a seven.
mm.
Um, yeah, I mean, we're keeping scores. We hit a shit ball. We're not taking a mulligan. We're eating our, taking our medicine and moving on, man. You take the drop, and we actually play golf, so that's what I think separates us apart. And then, dude, I tell you what, like, golf's such a funny game. Like, anybody can go out there and play, right? But our competitive spirits and take over. And when you put something on the line, guys like Justin and I just step up and play even better than what we actually are. So I love the game, man. I'll play it forever for the rest of my time, and hopefully parlay this fight career into some big opportunities on the golf course.
That'll be cool. In the meantime, though, we got to watch you UFC 325 January 31st. Dustin, always appreciate the time, my friend. If there's anyone you want to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors, any social media you want to mention, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, man, just my team at Factory X, at Landau Performance, at Barwis, my sports agency, Iridium Sports, all those guys. It takes a village, and I'm very thankful. I've got a lot of good people in my life that help me be a better person, and help me achieve my goals and achieve success. My wife, of course, is number one on that list. So, very thankful for all of them, my family and friends, and like I said, man, the big picture, I'm towards the end of my career, but those are the people that I just mentioned, are the people that I fight for, and I'm gonna continue giving it my all, until the wheels come off, and yeah, just putting on a show for the fans, man. I'm excited to fight in Australia next month. I keep saying next month, but it's later this month, but it's still
Yeah.
about a month away. And yeah, man, looking forward to going to get a big victory against a tough opponent in Jimmy Crute and starting the year off strong.